dope shit like that, Jerm. Oh, hi. Welcome back to Kids. Follow your dreams. Yeah. Wanna get a mansion, a jacuzzi, a theater to watch my movies, couple whips and lots of fancy things. The kids they call the Goonies. I see the future, crystal ball, mirror hanging on the wall. Who the fly white boy of the mall? Got your girlfriend screening all the calls. She bubbling, we fucking and you cuddling. Like baby, where the fuck you been? Don't wanna tell you she in love with him. So we ain't saying nothing. You could probably tell she bluffing, cause she kissed you with the mouth. She gave me head with my concussion. Yeah, she blushing, all red. Wanna rush and go to bed. You interrogate that bitch like you the fed. So she...
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is vlog number 5, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Jed, I'm 23 years old and I make vlogs here in LA. I hope you guys enjoyed that little morning routine that I filmed. That was actually a very accurate morning in my life. I usually wake up at 8 a.m. I take a phone call for work, and then I work out, and then I usually start my day there. So while I do enjoy and prefer making videos about, photography, exploring the city, I realize a lot of my subscribers have been coming from my 2 software engineer videos, A Day in the Life in New York and A Day in the Life in LA. And because of that, I'm getting a lot of messages from you guys asking about career advice, what to study in college, what steps to take to work in the industry. So I figured I would make a video explaining my story on how I landed a job right out of college and give you guys all the details you might need to follow a similar path. So this has been my work routine lately. I usually code for a few hours here at home, and then after that I usually find a coffee shop, and I do that just so I get a change of pace and I don't stay home all day. So after I finish up coding, I'm gonna grab my boosted board, go to Starbucks, and share with you guys my story.
It's a sign you just couldn't read it. Energy is heavier than elephants. This open mind's always feeling oh so slow.
I'm trying to find a good spot to take off my drone.
Can you hear the moon howling back at you?
Alright, so I ordered this lemonade so that they'll let me sit here. What's up? Oh, no filming? Okay. Man, I just bought this drink and security said I can't film. Dang it. Okay, I finally found a spot. I hope the lighting and audio are good. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so I said this before, but I went to Boston University from 2015 to 2019, and I was studying computer science. Now, I didn't get my first internship until the fall of my junior year, before which I had nothing on my resume except maybe class projects and some websites that I made for myself. So I got the offer. It was for a startup and it was unpaid, and even though it was unpaid, I was still happy to do it because I finally had something to put on my resume. Okay, so fast forward to the summer before my senior year, I was applying to a bunch of internships for software engineering, and I ended up getting one offer for a company in New York. I got lucky with this one because they were the only ones that gave me an offer out of all the applications that I sent. But I think they hired me because 1, I had that unpaid internship, and 2, in my junior year, I had done this freelance coding gig, so that was pretty strong in my resume as well. Okay, so fast forward to a few months before my graduation, I was applying to full-time jobs. Now the jobs I was applying for were software engineering jobs in either New York or LA, and at the time I had 3 things on my resume: the 2 internships and the 1 freelance gig. And I must have sent over 100 applications, and believe it or not, I got no offers. I think maybe like less than 5 had even gotten back to me. So I started that process in February. I was graduating in May, and by the time I got to April, I was getting really worried because I had no offers yet. Out of nowhere, I get an email from a recruiter that found me on LinkedIn, and she said she had a client in Boston that was looking for a front-end engineer. Okay, so I did the interview, I made it to the final round, and they ended up giving me an offer to start 2 weeks after graduation, but in Boston. And as great as Boston is of a city, I think it's great when you're in college, but I knew that I didn't want to stay in Boston. Now, I was really at a crossroads here because they wanted me to give them an answer to their offer in like 2 to 3 days. They wanted to hire someone immediately. And I had a really hard time with this because 1, I really didn't want to stay in Boston, but I thought if I reject the offer, what if no one else gives me an offer? Then I'll have to go back to Guam in the meantime. I wanted to stay in the US. I wanted to go to either New York or LA. So this is what happened. 2 days later, I called my future boss and I said, hey, I thank you so much for the interview, but I don't think I want to stay in Boston. I'm really hoping to live in New York after graduating. And this is what he said. It turns out They have a branch in New York City, right in Manhattan, and he said I could take the job there if I wanted to. All my answers were solved. I immediately accepted. He even gave me a small pay raise to match the salaries in New York because it's a little bit higher than Boston. So that is how I made it to New York and got a job right out of college. Now, if you're in high school or in college and you want to get a job quickly out of college, I would first off recommend, before looking for internships, work on personal projects. For me, it was making websites in my free time. I was learning HTML, CSS, and a little bit of JavaScript, and making these small websites so that I could add to my resume. Yeah, this could apply to any field because companies just want to see that you're passionate about what you do and worked on bettering your craft in your free time. Now, while a college degree helps a ton, personal projects and internships put you ahead of the crowd. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, leave a comment below or DM me on Instagram. So I'm gonna wrap up this talk because it's already 4:30 and I'm gonna get back to work. So I'm gonna skate back home. I'm currently in a Hollywood mall complex, and it's only 5 minutes with my boosted board. If I said anything that had any value to you, don't forget to hit the like button. It's very cliche for YouTubers to keep saying it, but it's true. It really helps the algorithm. So yeah, thank you guys.